All right. 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 What is good? What is good? What is good? Ladies and gentlemen, of course, it is yours truly, Dr. Mike, back again, once again, with another classic. Classic, classic, classic. You heard me when I said classic, classic live stream for that ass today. Sincerely hope that everybody's having a blessed one. The good doc is in good spirits. Always a good thing when it comes to these live shows. As long as I'm in a good mood, you're going to get the best of the good doc 100% of the time. Official time check. We are looking at, what is it, 8:36 in the PM Eastern Standard Time, which makes it about 7:36 Central. 5:36 for everybody repping that West Coast, and of course 8:36 in the AM Philippine Standard Time. As I said, I sincerely hope everybody is having a great one because the good doc is having a fantastic day. It's been a long day. We went to the fair today. I had a good, outing with my people. We went to the fair, funnel cakes and all of that shit, stuff that you miss in the US. So, hey man, we definitely got it in and we turned up and turned out. So that was what was on the Good Docs plan today. Then all of a sudden it started raining. So right now, indoors, kicking it, enjoying and loving life, doing our thing. All right. So without further ado, I see we got a couple people in the building. What's going on with everybody here? My boy Reggie Coleman was good with you. My boy Derek Floyd, always in the building. Much love to your family. My boy Montana 27 was good with you, Playboy. Appreciate you coming through and showing love to the good doc. And of course, my man Oahu Dude, showing his love all the way from the great city of the unknown, well known as Angeles, Angeles, however you pronounce it, city. All right. Good doc has a topic for that ass today. Okay. Just relax, cause y'all gonna want to hear this one. Y'all gonna want to hear this shit. All right, and of course, my man Dave Wise, and I see my man Casey Hunter in the building. Okay, without further ado, make sure you guys get the likes up when you first come in. The good doc does not need to tell you to caress, molest, and de-stress yourself all over that like button. The reason that we call it the like button is because it likes it, it wants it, and it needs it. But for today's topic, prenups are for fake marriages that won't last long. Say what now? Time out. Slow your roll. Back up. Rewind. Let me say that one more time. Prenups are for fake marriages that won't last long. Now, many of you may know where this has come from, where this stems from. Some of you may have no idea. But I did watch a video a while back, and I was intrigued by the video, and I wanted to make it happen. I wanted to make it happen for this live stream. I wanted to make it happen for the good doc. Now, I will not name the individual who made the video. Some of you may know who did it. Some of you may not. But in hindsight, I want to make sure that I reference and preference that in his particular video, he was not talking about marriages between foreigners and Filipinas, okay? He was not talking about marriages between foreigners and women from other countries, nor was he referencing marriages to any particular race with another race. He was more so preferencing marriages in Hollywood, okay? He was talking about Hollywood marriages and how, if those people get prenups, 9 times out of 10, they don't plan on being together very long. Maybe for however long it benefits one another, and then they're out. But for the good doc, you guys know how the good doc does. I preference a topic and I take that some bitch as far as I possibly can go. So again, let's talk about the ideology that prenups are for fake marriages that will not last long. Let the good doc talk about some notes, and we're going to go ahead and get to it. So, my man, dude, I didn't even watch the Kentucky Derby, man. He finished first and disqualified. That shit sounds really suspect. All right, let's go ahead and knock this one out and rip this son bitch off like a band-aid. If you give me a second, I got to open my stuff, and I'll be with you guys in a minute momentarily. So give the good doc a minute, uno momento. I gotta send messages, guys. I'm busy. I'm multitasking, doing too much work. I know y'all waiting for it, but y'all go ahead and talk about it in a minute. Good doc's got this one, okay? So again, prenups are for fake marriages and for people who do not plan to stay married long. First topic of the first talking point that I want to talk about is if you get a prenup, you're basically planning to get divorced. This was a talking point in the particular video that I was discussing earlier, and one that I do believe is worth discussing in the live stream. First things first, if you get a prenup, you're planning to get divorced. Basically, from the way that it was explained to me, is if you are a person thinking about a prenuptial agreement before you even get married, 9 times out of 10, you're already planning in your head that this may not work. So if you're already believing that this ain't gonna work, you're probably already trying to figure your way out of it. So again, that is the first talking point. If you get a prenup, you're planning to get divorced. That's already something you have planned in your head. Talking point number one. Okay. Talking point number two. Prenups are for fake marriages. They are for people who have a lot to lose and they're only thinking about their money and not their relationship. Talking point number two. These are for people who have a lot, who believe or think in their minds that they have a lot to lose and they're only focused on their assets that they possibly have that they can lose, as opposed to focusing on the relationship. In hindsight, if you're getting married and you already got it in your mind that you might get divorced, why in the hell would you get married, right? Kind of the thought process. Like if you're thinking about divorce ahead of the game, why in the world are you even going to put yourself through it if you're already thinking about divorce? Okay. Talking point number two. All right. Talking point number three. Prenups drive wedges in relationships as it shows there is signs of distrust. Now, this is a very, very shaky situation. It could be a little iffy, but let's think about it. Prenups can drive a wedge in relationships because it pretty much shows that there are signs of distrust already. Think about it. Think about it for a second. If you tell your girl, like just before you get married, or you're trying to find the perfect time to present the prenuptial agreement papers to your young lady, she's probably already thinking like, damn, you've been thinking about this since we've been together, or you've been thinking about this since before we even said I do. Damn, do you not trust me? Now, again, I don't like that question because when a person asks you, do you not trust me? 9 times out of 10, they probably can't be trusted. I don't like the idea of somebody asking me or telling me, you know, you can trust me. I got to feel that I can trust you. I don't need you to tell me that I can trust you. So that makes it shaky from beginning to end. But ultimately, you do realize that you're already doubting yourself and your relationship if the first thing, second thing, or third thing that comes to your mind is, man, I need to protect my assets. I need to protect my money. Fuck it, let's get a prenuptial agreement. And in hindsight, most women, most Filipinas, especially if they don't really know exactly what prenuptial agreements are about, or they don't really care, or it doesn't mean anything to them, they just want to be with you to be with you. Most of them are signed it anyways, and they won't give you any trouble about it because most of them probably don't they don't know too much about it, because in the Philippines, you know, whether there's prenuptial agreements or not, many of them don't really go through that process. Many. I'm not saying that none of them or any of them. I'm just saying many do not really go through the process of dealing with prenuptial agreements. Okay. And the last talking point that I want to talk about is that a person should always marry or link themselves to those that have just as much to lose as they do. Let me repeat that one more time. A person should always link or marry themselves to those that have just as much to lose as they do, which is the reason why I feel, think about this. Honestly, guys, this is why I feel rich Asians marry other rich Asians, or rich people marry other rich people, because at the end of the day, prenuptial agreement or not, should this relationship go tits up, you got just as much to lose as I do. You understand? When you put yourself in a situation to be with somebody that has just as much to lose as you do, then it kind of makes the situation play itself out, you know, probably a little bit differently than going straight towards divorce and letting me see what kind of assets I can get from you and get out of you. Because at the end of the day, you marry somebody who don't really need your money. You kind of, I mean, I don't know. again, and that's slim to none. Don't get me wrong. The the possibility of you actually getting with a rich Filipina, I don't know. Not saying it's impossible, but highly unlikely. I will say that it does pose its challenges per se, and mainly because those families are really weird. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Crazy Rich Asians, but yeah, that's pretty much what the Crazy Rich Asian families are like to an extent. Most of them are like basically telling their cousins, relatives, or whatever, you got to marry somebody else that has money. So in the movie, there was one guy who was part of the guy's family. That's the main character. They owned a lot of stuff in Malaysia, but his cousin or brother or whatever married the daughter who was the heiress of like some other top brand company. So again, that's kind of how the families work in Asia. And if my boy BGC Mike was here, he would tell y'all that's how the shit works. That's how the game goes. Family pretty much chooses who you're going to marry. So again, I'm not against that. I mean, you should be able to choose who you want to fuck with, but thinking about it in hindsight, whether it's about marrying money for money and building empires and all of that shit, most of the time it's about marrying somebody that has just as much to lose as you do. So those are just a few talking points in reference to the topic tonight. Sincerely hope you guys have picked up what the good doc was putting down. Just having some fun tonight, talking my shit as best I do. I see we got about 14 watching. I appreciate all 14 of you coming through. Make sure you get the likes up on this video. I know you guys are liking this one. I know plenty of y'all can agree. And fuck with what the good doc is saying in the moment. So make sure you like the video. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc, happy that you come through, spend some time with him today. Now and then, so let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay. If you guys want to get your before we do that, if you guys want to get your very own copies of the new t-shirts printed out in Teesprings, the links are listed in the description area below, as well as links to get the BOOTYLOO Chronicles. You guys are sleeping and slipping and damn show tripping if you ain't got a copy of that BOOTYLOO Chronicles. So I suggest y'all run to your nearest Amazon store or online, check the links, or holler at the good doc to get the very special exclusive version of the PDF copy that he created for himself. Again, the difference between the PDF version and the copies that are on Amazon is the PDF version comes complete with pictures, and it also comes complete with a little special note for you guys for purchasing the book and supporting the good doc. I put a special note in the beginning of the book so that you always have it as your very own personal copy, as the good doc always chooses to do. So again, without further ado, let's go ahead and run to the chat. I think I've talked enough. So I know I got my man Rayman. What's going on? Casey says, if you are expecting someone to get a prenup, you probably don't have any plans on being together long. Exactly. I feel that way. I mean, when you're thinking about prenuptial agreements before you even get with a person, it kind of seems as though you probably shouldn't do that at all. Now, again, I know there are plenty of you guys. I know it. Don't have to tell me. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm not retarded. I can almost guarantee that there's going to be somebody talk about, oh, man, don't get married, man. Don't marry no Filipinas, man. Stay a bachelor for life, man. Be single. Live that life. I understand that there are a couple people who enjoy that lifestyle. By all means, more power to you. Like I said, you do what you do, and you do what makes you feel good about you. Not against it at all. Good doc believes that, hey, man, sometimes I might want somebody to kick it with for a long period of time. Ain't nothing wrong with that either. You understand? So there are always two ends of the spectrum that you can look at. And for myself, I keep my options wide open. Good doc goes both ways. That sounds funny, but I'm never gonna say I'll never marry, and I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna get married tomorrow. But y'all know my current situation, so I'm enjoying what I got while I got it. You feel me? So that's just one thing that I wanted to make note of. But again, like I said, there are people who believe that, Then we have the MGTOW guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Okay, I know we have MGTOW dudes. Y'all do you. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying what I'm saying when I say it. Y'all like it. If that's your thing, do what you want to do. I'm not against it. I kind of sort of understand it. I understand some of the ideologies behind it. I am not a full-blown master manipulator, mind reader of the whole situation, but I think I have the gist. So, yeah, about that. That's what they believe. As far as prenuptial agreements, for those that think about getting married, probably not planning on being together very long. My man Casey says, my girl was talking about getting one, and I'm like, for what? I don't have money like that. Me too, man. I ain't got enough money for you to take from me. Now, in hindsight, I do think about this though. I don't know if y'all heard about your boy Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey is probably likely, it's said to be rumored, but I believe it to be true, just my personal opinion, to get a divorce as well. So Steve Harvey and his whole shit and getting divorced, it made me think also, how can a man write books on relationship advice, but he can't keep a relationship? That shit kind of funny. And aside from that, like I said, I don't have money like that, but what if me and her are together and I build my wealth up while we are together? Is she entitled to 50% of what I have since my money's grown since she's been with me? Those are something to think about as well. Maybe you don't have money in the beginning, but hell, maybe you hit the lottery. Something to that effect. Does it affect you in the long run? Do you feel like she's owed because she was there when you ain't have shit, and now shit ain't going right, or maybe you're so damn rich that you can have multiple girlfriends and all that stuff, and all of a sudden you don't want to really have a wife anymore. You know, do you believe she's entitled to her own piece of that? There's a lot of things that go into it. So again, you have to think about it from present and future perspectives. At least that's the way I feel. Like I said, I wouldn't probably give a shit if I, threw a couple, if I was rich enough, threw a couple, whatever I had to her name. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, if you were around when I didn't have shit and you supported me when I ain't have shit, there can't be a time when I have shit and I'm not going to be there to return the favor. You understand? Because that's some loyal shit. For a chick to be with you when you had nothing, grow with you and grow with you and watch your wealth grow with you, I think she's obligated to some of it. Some people may agree, some people may disagree, but I kind of feel she's obligated to a piece of it. I'm not going to say 50%, but she's entitled to get a little piece of it, all right? And again, the good dot broke his shit, and I do plan on being rich one day. Don't know how it's going to happen, don't know when it's going to happen, but I got dreams and lofty goals. I mean, it's all about being aspirational, and I am one of those types, but I do have very lofty goals for myself. And at the end of the day, my lady is there to support me. Like, shit, you got to realize, man, when I was in college, I ain't have shit. I had nothing, nothing. I was on a super fixed income. So, in hindsight, I kind of feel like if I do make it or I do reach that level and pinnacle of success that I hope that I, aspire to do, she's going to get hers, no doubt in my mind. Whether I fuck with her or not, she going to get hers. There have been girls that I've been a part, like, I don't know about you guys. And I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this. It doesn't have anything to do with prenuptial agreements, but this is more or less a sidebar or a side note. There have been women in my life that I have been with or that I was really cool with that were really around when I had nothing and they were still cool with me. They didn't give a fuck that I didn't have anything. I was a college kid. Same with my girl, and I tell myself constantly, I'm like, yo, if I ever get to where I need to be in life and I'm super comfortable with what I have, I always told myself, I'm going to make sure that the ones that were there for me are taken care of. Even if I ain't fucking them, I would make sure that they're taken care of. Why? Because they hold that special place, not necessarily in my heart, but they hold that special place in my life, period, wherein I want to make sure they're good because they were always around to make sure I was straight, So that's just a side note, too. Has nothing to do with prenuptial agreements. It's just that as a man, as you grow, when you surround yourself with people who really care about your general well-being and welfare, and they're not out to see what they can get something from you when you got it, you don't feel obligated to give it, but you almost want to give it because you're like, you know what? I fuck with you because you fucked with me and I ain't have nothing to give you. So that's just something I think about as well. Shout out to my boy Ralph. Is it Raphael? Oh, bad man. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you coming through. My boy Derek F says he is 100% for the prenups. Nothing wrong with that. My man Oahu guy says if you're a multimillionaire and get a prenup in the Philippines, you probably won't live too long. Yeah, if they find out how much money you have, I don't know how you can hide your assets, but maybe not. Maybe it's possible. Don't know though. My man Sam, what's going on? He says, is prenups even a thing in the Philippines? No. As far as I know, it may be a thing. People may know about it, but it's not really something that's common, I should say. I don't believe that prenups are common. My man Derek says, I'm getting one for my retirement because if your girl passes away, you lost everything. Can't even keep your place that you pay for. So I mean, there are benefits to having a prenuptial agreement. I get it. There are benefits and to it, and I'm always in it to make sure I want to get the best out of the situation for myself. I always want to make sure that you guys get the best out of the situation. So if you feel like that is something that is necessary for you, go and do what you gotta do, man. He says, how do you get a prenup without exposing how much money you have? I don't know. But if you tell a woman that she will be entitled to X amount should you get divorced, I guess she gonna have to figure it out one way or another. I mean, I would hope by that time, I don't know, shit. I don't know. That's $1 million question. You can't hide it. I mean, if you're gonna make up prenuptial agreement papers, you're gonna have to probably divulge the fact that you may have a little bit more money than she probably thought you did. Oh man. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is. Okay, Elgo, she makes sense. Uh if the marriage ends before a specific date, the payout is predetermined. So if we're together for 5 years, you get X amount. If we're together for 10 years, you get X amount. I get it. If we're together for 24 hours, you don't get shit, you know. My man says hide your assets offshore. That's a lot of work. Offshore assets, uh, it's possible, but that shit a lot of work. But you can't do Swiss bank accounts anymore. I think that shit's cliche and it's paid. If you want to hide your money, I think you got to hide it in like one of those countries like Jamaica or like the Bahamas or some shit. I think that they don't really have any tax things where you're required to, do your thing or show your money as well. My man Derek says, in a divorce, it can be a front. He said, because you have to give the U.S. government access to it. Too much work. Not too much work. My man says, are we discussing getting prenups in the Philippines or the US? I'm talking about getting prenups, period. The basics of this particular topic is prenups are for fake marriages. That's all it is. The it's not where you get it or what it's all about. It's just basically saying that you're basically planning on getting a divorce if you get a prenup. You're basically planning on the relationship not lasting long simply because you're already thinking about a prenup before you're even married. That's pretty much where we're going with this one. Mm. Derek says pension for me is the reason I need one. Well, yeah, for your retirement pension, that would suck. You don't want anybody to suck you dry out of that shit. Too much, man. Too much. Oahu guy says desperate people do desperate things. Seems like you haven't spent too much time in the Philippines. Oh, I don't know if that was to me or not. I'm sorry. My man Derek says if she helped you build it, yes, or if she raised your children and held it down while you were built, she should get half. Like I said, man, I think that if my girl was there from when I ain't got shit, I think she deserves her piece. She does deserve her piece, man. No doubt, my mom. Rayman said he's rich, biatch. I love that, man. I wish Dave Chappelle was still there. Terry Edwards, what's going on? I do believe in paying it forward as well. I'm a very firm believer in that. If I got it and I'm comfortable and it doesn't hurt me to give it, then at the end of the day, I would be open to doing that. Even if I ain't even dealing with you like that. If you were there when I ain't have shit, I think that I owe you because you played that specific role in my life at that particular moment in time. He said it is an easy topic if you have no money, but older guys spend all their lives building assets. It's a tough subject. Can't figure this one out. Like I said, it's up to you whether you get the prenuptial agreement or not. I mean, like I said, I understand the reason why guys give it. Like if they're like my man Derek says, if it's for his pension and his retirement, so that nothing is, compromised as a result of a divorce or whatever, then that's fine. Because if a woman is with you for a specific period of time, she can be entitled to that shit. Everybody knows that a woman could be entitled to every damn thing you have, your retirement, your pension. Damn, she might even get a piece of your social security. So you got to be careful with all that in hindsight. But you have to play the game the way you deem it necessary. Yes, if you do have a lot of money, a boatload of cash, or you're really successful at what you do, and you're married, and like I said, and it comes to that point, then yeah, probably something you gotta do. But anyways, if you ask me honestly, I tell you straight up, man, I don't think about divorce at all. If I get married, I'm not thinking about divorce, right? It's not because I don't have money. It's simply because I'd rather live with my chick and just trick her off some cash. Like I said, let's say, for example, we're going to do the hypothetical because the good doc is known for his hypotheticals. So let's go ahead and drop this example real quick. All right. If I was married, we've been married for like 10 years or something like that. I'm doing pretty okay for myself. If she says she wants to go somewhere, I'm going to tell her, your ass ain't going nowhere. You just going to have to be unhappy with me. Now, we don't have to live together. We could be separated, but you're not going to divorce me because I'm not giving you shit. If I wanted to do it like that, I'd just do it like that. I mean, I don't necessarily, once I get divorced, I'm never getting married again. But at the end of the day, like they say, sometimes it's cheaper to keep them. Sometimes it is so much cheaper just to keep them around. So we don't have to like each other. We don't have to do shit. Like I said, we could just live our separate lives. We'll just be married on paper. Like I said, I ain't gonna come after you if you hook it up with another dude. Long as you don't give a fuck that I'm banging other chicks, then you'll be all right. But at the end of the day, getting a divorce is gonna cost you more through lawyers and all of that excess shit. I might as well just keep you, make sure you stay on the payroll. Basically, that's pretty much what it's going to be. She's basically just going to be like an employee on the payroll, give her a little check every month, and call it a day. Make sure the kids are good. If you have kids, make sure you do your part, be a responsible parent. But ultimately, don't get divorced, man. It's just not worth it because there's too much to lose when you divorce. In my personal opinion, like I said, if you're ever unhappy, you better figure that shit out before we get married. Because once I say I do, and I got a lot to lose in the process of divorce, nah, I'm not signing shit. You just stuck with me. I ain't gonna make you miserable like you gotta be stuck married with me, living in the same house and all that shit. We don't have to do all that. But on paper, if somebody asks me, yeah, that's still my wife on paper. I said, me and her, we don't live together, we separated or whatever it may be, but we ain't divorcing. Fuck that. If I got a lot to lose in the process, she just gonna have to stay stuck with me until the day she dies. She's stuck with me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You talk about happy life, happy wife. I talk about, bitch, you just be happy that you got something. That's what I tell them. If I'm in my feelings, that'll probably be the way that I go. It is easier just to date. That's true. Rainman says prenups are not worth the paper they are written on. Once she arrives in the U.S., judges will vacate the prenup on basis that she signed it under duress that if she does not sign, then no marriage. What? Who could make? Damn, she would have to be very clever to make that claim. But all right. Ah, shit. Yeah, I mean, you gotta take care of your business, no doubt. I do agree. You gotta take care of your business. My man Rainman says judges will see that a poor girl had no choice but to sign a prenup or else no marriage, so she forced to sign it under duress. That sounds a bit of a stretch, but anything is possible, people. Trust me, I don't know this. My man, greatest idea, what's going on? He says, but if you think about it, though, it may not necessarily be a fake marriage. Maybe as a safeguard, should shit hit the fan. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be a safeguard. It could definitely be a safeguard. I can see that. I can see prenuptial agreements as nothing more than a safeguard. I'm willing to sit there and actually agree with that one. But then again, you have people that believe it's for fake marriages, for people who believe that they're going to get divorced sometime soon, anyways, etc., etc. My man Awadu says, I can see giving an ex half of what we both accumulated, but not half of everything. But what if you accumulated what you had? That's the question is, what if you accumulated what you had while y'all were together? Let's say y'all were married, you didn't have much or have shit at all. But then once you accumulated, once you've been together, then basically that is half of basically what you guys are worth to an extent if you didn't have anything when you guys got together. My man San Juan says, we'll just not marry, but say we did get rings and post pics on Facebook, Instagram. If it's on social media, it must be true. That's what they tell us. That's what they tell us. But somebody gonna be like, why didn't you invite me to the wedding? Somebody's gonna be in their feelings. My man Derek says child support. He says, hell no. Nah. If she keeps the child from you and she wants to take you to the bay, it should be 50-50. Like I said, ain't nobody taking my children for shit. That's like, ain't nobody gonna threaten me with no damn children. Not happening. Not ever. It just ain't popping like that. It just ain't gonna happen. My man Rayman says it is as if a gun is held to her head, a sign or else no marriage. He said, I'm not always a lawyer, but I slept at a Holiday Inn Express last night. What did you find out at the Holiday Inn, man? You must have been doing your research, man. What's going on, JD? I see you in the building, bro. I see you guys in the building. I see we got about, I'm sorry, guys. We got about 15 watching. I appreciate all 15 of you guys come through. I appreciate you coming through. Make sure you like. Definitely make sure you guys like the video. And if you guys want to support the channel, you guys know how to do so. But of course, the good dog is happy that you come through. Spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now you're done. Let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Wahoo guy says, never say never. Majority of divorcees get married. That's true. A lot of them do get married. Me personally, I think that once I get married, I'm not getting married again because Mike is not getting a divorce at all. Told you that chick just gonna have to sit there and be miserable. She's like, bitch, just sit there and shut up. That's what I tell him. No disrespect. And I mean it in the most respectful way humanly possible. But me and her just gonna have to be miserable with each other. I'm like, dude, I'd rather just trick you off a little bit of money, keep you in the pocket, as opposed to taking an L on 50% on what I gain. Shit, you wouldn't even spend that in a lifetime of just being with me. So like I said, as long as I got a choice in a divorce, I'm just going to be like, you know what? We're trying to work it out. Even though we ain't trying to work out shit. I don't like her. She don't like me. But at the end of the day, we don't have to like each other to be together. I tell you straight up. I don't have to like you to be with you. My money means more to me than anything in the world. So yeah, if you want to sit there, you're going to just sit there and be miserable. It's all good. I'm not going to question you on what you do on the side because hell, it ain't like I'm hitting it anymore. I'm done with it. So if you want to smash other dudes, go ahead. I don't give a fuck. Have fun. As long as nobody questions what I do, I'm straight. AKA, we in the open marriage now. So we go from, that's exactly what's gonna happen. We gonna go from being exclusive to a straight up open marriage. As long as I ain't touching it anymore, why do I give a fuck who she fucks, right? But I'm telling you, for me to take an L on that cash, 50 of what I got, she just gonna have to stay married and just not be happy. Unless that dude, see, now here's the thing though. Unless that guy that she's with wants to marry her, yeah, he could pay for all of her divorce fees and mine too if he wants it bad enough. But I ain't shelling out shit. Me and her, we gonna be together forever. Huh? Miserable or not. I love you and you love me too. I may not like your ass very much, but I love you to death and I'm gonna love you till death. So we just gonna have to be together. Okay. Until we, as long as she don't plan on trying to kill me though, that's something you got to worry about too. But as long as we ain't fucking with each other, I don't think that she'll go that far. But sometimes you never know. I will put it in a tape. If I die, it's that bitch's fault. That's what I'm gonna put on a tape. Make sure she don't get shit. Cause I still have a will and testament, right? So I can write her ass out, and I'll tell her why. Cause she's probably the reason I'm dead in the first place. Just a good doc, hypothetically thinking outside of his ass because he can. Again, appreciate you guys listening to me and all my nonsense. My man Derek says, yep, she got half of everything. Only thing she can't get is child support on Social Security. That's why a lot of guys open businesses and put it in there and become an employee. Oh, and put it in there and become an employee. I could do that. I love that. I'm one for my hypotheticals. He says, what about your massive family in-laws? Won't they be hunting you down? I hear that is common over there, even including poisonings. Y'all think it's that dramatic? I mean, like I said, the in-laws can only come at you if they know where the hell you at. I say, move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Say, move, bitch. Go to another place. That's what I tell you. Go to Cebu or something. Go to Davao or some shit. Go somewhere. Like I said, you got to move, bitch. Sometimes you just got to take your money, your assets, whatever you got, bust a move to another place. Nobody need to know where you at. Maybe you come back every now and again. Man, it's fucked up if you got kids, though. That's the only thing I don't like. When there's children involved, that becomes very, 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 very big problem. But anyways, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. My man says, if you marry in the Philippines to keep her in the Philippines, there is no divorce in the Philippines. Yes, you stuck with me for life, motherfucker. You gonna have to love me for life. Ain't no way in hell I'm giving you half a shit. Yeah, I never discuss my money with anybody because I don't have money to discuss. Better make financial support contract. Hey, I could do a financial support contract. That's easy. We can make that work. I can do a financial support contract. Like I said, this is what I promise. I'm gonna make sure that you get this every month, and that's what we're gonna agree on. That's basically how it begins and ends. But yeah, you gotta find a way to make it work. Even if you don't like them, you gotta find a way to make it work. My man says most judgments for alimony and child support are not enforced in most Asian countries. In the West, yes. In the Asian, no. All right. My man says, but I have one. She could have a kid with you and off you, and everything will go to the child, and ultimately it will still go to her. Like I said, man, you gotta really put in. I mean, you let's just hope she don't off your ass. I say, put it in the video. Bitch trying to kill me. If I die, it's on her. I want her ass in jail. I'll set up a trust for my child. I want all the money to go into a trust. And you appoint the person that you trust to manage the trust. I mean, you got to have somebody in your life that you can trust to make sure your child gets the money and nobody else. You gotta have safeguards in your life. I mean, damn, it's gotta be a sad, lonely life not to have somebody in your life that you can trust to manage your shit when you going, to make sure your child is taken care of and all that. You gotta be in a sad situation not to have somebody that you can rely on to make sure things are handled correctly. What do you call them? Benefactors or some shit, ain't they? The people who, or executors. Yeah, executors of your trust. I don't care if it's a lawyer, somebody you can trust. Gotta be something like that. Yes, you gotta move to the next island. You gotta get the hell out. Gotta move, bitch. Get out the way. I can't. Yeah, I ain't gonna sit there and let nobody poison me. I'll be out, man. My man Derek says, actually, what if you get married overseas? Then can they hold you on American court for 50%? I don't think so. I've never tried it. I've never heard anybody who's had that issue, but it could be possible. My man Oahu guy says, marry an 85-year-old millionaire in Hollywood. You gotta take a lot of drugs and drink a lot before the booty call. That's not worth it, bruh. It's just not worth it. Derek says, if she is married in the Philippines and she has a kid with someone else, that child is yours since you married her. Ah, well, I don't know how to feel about that one. We're good. My man Elgo says, in your open marriage, if her new friends impregnate her, you will be responsible for her kids. No, I'm not gonna be responsible. Oh, okay, that's cool. I'll put it to you like this. Let me tell you what I will do. Yeah, that kid is gonna end up being part of the money that she already gets. So she ain't getting no extra because she got a kid. That's her motherfucking problem. That ain't my problem. So at the end of the day, the amount of money she get every month, she gonna have to figure out how to make that work. That's what's gonna happen. That is part of the in my opinion, that's part of the financial contract that has been aforementioned, agreed upon. I'm gonna make sure I put that in the contract. Thank you very much. If you have a kid outside of this marriage, the money you get will never change. I said you're gonna have to make it work. That's just the way it is. But in open marriages, all kinds of shit happen. I don't care. But if I ain't hitting it, I'm done. I'm good. I'll be all right. Oh man. Oahu, dude, you cannot give 50% to the cherry girls. I know they tickle your pickle, man. I understand. Put a cherry girl in a maid's outfit, and that man is too fit to be tied. That man is too through after that. My man Jeffrey G, all about the prenups all the way. My man Derek says, but in the embassy part of the R1 or K1 visa, you have to submit in the interview. You have to what? Submit in the interview so she will know, but won't know your retirement money. Uh, if my girl knows how much money I have, I don't think I care. I don't have a lot. I have nothing. So, like I said, we'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be just fine. Again, I'm not thinking about divorce. I don't know about y'all, but the good doc is not even worried about divorce. I told you Like I even told my girl now. I told her, I said, I said, you better figure out everything you need to know about me. Because once we get divorced, your ass stuck with me. I tell her that all the time. I'll be like, you stuck with me for life. I don't give a fuck if you're unhappy or not. I said, you stuck with me. And she looked at me and said, okay. I think she wants that anyways. I mean, I'm basically giving her what she wants anyways at the end of the day. That's why the relationship works out the way that it does, man. It it plans its way out simply because I'm not a complete dick. I'm a pretty decent person. I'm a pretty decent guy. Yes, I fuck up like everybody else, but when I fuck up, I'm not afraid to say my bad. I'm not afraid to say I'm sorry. And I think that's why the relationship goes the way that it goes. It's because I know what pisses her off. I know what makes her happy. I know the littlest things that I have to do to get us back on the right track should I fuck up somewhere in the beginning. So at the end of the day, I kind of know how to fix my shit before I fuck up. Even if I know I'm a fuck up, I already know what I need to do to get it back on track. So that's kind of how I've been able to manipulate my situation for the last longest. So, it just happens to be the way that it is. And again, it's never about the money because yours truly are broke as shit. I am so broke. I'm so broke it ain't a joke. You can't even laugh at it. There you go. I'm sorry. You said for the kids it's a will and testament. Some shit like that. you know I it's will and estate planning. Oh, I mean estate. I'm just gonna fuck it. I don't know. My last will and testament or some shit like that. I'll make sure I make it happen. I'll make sure the children are taken care of. My man said he was in an open relationship a long time ago. Just have to be with the right ones. I don't think I don't know how I feel about that one, but yep, we do what we do. My man Ed says huge amount of Western men marry single moms in the Philippines can be a good thing on a case by case. So I see nothing wrong with single mothers. It's just that if my chick gets married, I mean, if me and my girl are married and that open relationship plays itself out, then yeah, that kind of how the game gonna have to go. I ain't against it. I ain't against it at all. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm sorry. Fuck. Am I able to go back to the top? Nope. Every time somebody fucking bother. God. And it fucked me up. My bad. Let's see. Lots of older men do settle for that in the Philippines. Elsewhere, you will see. Yeah, they don't mind being with single moms and shit. It's all good. There's nothing wrong with single mothers, in my opinion, but I just don't want to be the one where I'm taking care of a child and that some bitch has the nerve to say you ain't my daddy. That shit will get that child chopped in the throat. I'm taking care of you. I'm buying you all these damn Jolly Bee meals and all these damn Power Rangers figurines and shit. And you gonna try to tell me I ain't your daddy? What the fuck your real daddy done for you? Nothing. And you have the nerve to tell me I ain't your father? I'm gonna chop your little ass in the throat. I said, you gonna learn me today, bitch. You gonna have to learn this dude. Cause I ain't playing that game. That would be my only problem. I have no problem taking care. Like I said, I wouldn't see an issue if that's your thing. If you love who you love, I wouldn't see a problem with you be it with a single mom. But ultimately, if that little boy, girl, well, damn, I can't do it to a little girl. But if it's a little boy, I'll chop his ass in the throat. If it's a little girl, I'll tell her mama to handle that. I'm gonna be like, look, you better take care of this little thing, little heathen baby. Make sure she understands. She better make sure she recognizes all them Polly Pockets and all them little princess dolls and shit. That baby feed me shit and all them little Barbie training wheels with the bicycles and shit and all that shit. I bought them every Christmas, and they gonna sit there and tell me I ain't the daddy. You better make sure you correct that shit. You better make sure you regulate it. I won't chop a little girl to throw, but let that little boy, 5 years old, talk that nonsense to me. Boy, he gonna catch these hands. I'm telling you, child will catch them hands. The good doc will fucking jab, stick, and move on a child if I got to. See, this is the type of shit that's gonna get me reported to social services. Number one, and number two, this right here is the reason I don't have children. I have no problem disciplining my child. Just being real. As long as you know, I'm gonna make sure I regulate my children. I'm not gonna abuse my children, but I will fuck them up if they ever come out of pocket sideways about me. Got no time for that shit. A Wahoo dude says, so Doc, if you had a couple of mil, how would that change your current relationship? It wouldn't change it. It wouldn't change my current relationship. Well, I'll put it to you like this. Um, I don't think my girl, it sounds funny. And again, how can I say this? Unless the money is involved and she knows about it, it might change it. But ultimately, my girl is not really phased about money. I'm not saying that if we had more, that we wouldn't live a better life. Of course we would. But a couple of $1 million wouldn't change my, or a couple of million pesos wouldn't change my current relationship. We would still live a very, very decent life. We would be comfortable. As a matter of fact, in hindsight, I would use some of that money to help support my girl's passion projects. My girlfriend has a lot of things that she's passionate about, and I would probably use some of it to support her endeavors. As long as it doesn't take away the majority of my bank, why wouldn't I shoot a couple 100,000 for her to do what she wants to do for fun? So at the end of the day, it would never, and I'm talking about in pesos, of course, not dollars, a couple 100,000 pesos to, let her do what she wants to do and, proceed in her passion project. Stuff that's going to ultimately earn money over time. But at the end of the day, if it doesn't hurt the pockets, it ain't going to hurt me. So, for me, money wouldn't change my relationship at all. I think it changes a lot of other people's relationships, but it wouldn't change our relationship because we know each other. At the end of the day, money it sounds funny, but money is just an added benefit to, what we already got. A lot of people would be like, "Oh man, she gonna turn into a gold digger." At the end of the day, if I had a couple mil, it's kind of hard for her to turn into a gold digger simply because I would probably just buy her what the fuck she wants because she actually deserves it. When your girl has been around, when you ain't have shit, when you get the mil, shit, man, I'd spoil the shit out of her because that's what I would do. It's what you do as a man in a relationship with a chick you've been with for a long ass time. If you only been with her for a couple of months and shit, yeah, you would probably want to keep that on the low. But ultimately, you're right. A couple of $1 million, if that's what you mean, it wouldn't change my relationship too much at all. It would just be another day in the park for me. It truly would be. Nobody wants single mothers in the United States, but they'll take care of single moms in the Philippines. How ironic is that? That shit crazy. They'll support. No, that's a lie. Though there'll be a lot of caping ass dudes in the hood, fucking a lot of caping motherfuckers, man. I be taking care of people, mamas, and taking care of single moms and shit. I ain't the one, but if you like a chick, I'd probably throw the little kid like I said, a Happy Meal or something, and make sure the child stay fed and clothed. I do the bare minimum. Now I'm fucking with y'all. I do my best, but I'm the type of person I don't really want no instant family. If I can avoid it, I kind of want to be able to make my own shit. That's just my personal opinion, though. My man Ed says, if you marry the single mom, yes, you are expected to care for the child until adulthood at least. Yep. Let that little bastard tell me that I am not the father. I will chop his little ass in the throat. And I don't care. I said, I wish you would. I wish you would. Part your lips to say some shit like that to me again. I wish you would. I'm going to chop his ass in the throat real hard. If it's a little girl, I'm going to have to tell mommy to regulate that little motherfucker. I said, look, tell that child like this. If she ever say that shit to me again, I put it to you like this. If those children ever say that shit to me again, they gonna go stay with they broke ass daddy. And that's the truth. Tell them I don't need them. Shit. I don't need your ass around here. I don't need none of y'all. Y'all just extra mouths to feed. I will send you to your daddy. Let's see how much you like staying at daddy's roach infested, cockroach infested house and shit. Yeah. Huh? How you like sleeping on the floor, bitch? Huh? You now that bed comfortable too. I be talking shit, man. Dude, you have no idea. I'm gonna make y'all dread the day y'all fuck with me. But again, I'm a happy-go-lucky person, man. But I tell you, I don't play games with children. My man Jedi says, I am fine with single moms, but as soon as they have an attitude, their ass is to the curb. True that. I am with that. Charlie says, I feel you, man. I appreciate Charlie. My man Chaz in the building. What's going on? Derek, I'm just cutting the fool, man. Let me do me. He said, teach that little dude some sense. I'll chop his little punk ass in the throat. I will chop him. Yeah, boy, I chop a child in the throat, bro. I have no chill. I have no chill for disrespect. Okay, that is one thing about me I do not like. If you're a child and I'm the grown up, I have no chill for disrespect. I got my ass whooped when I disrespected adults, and I feel the same rules apply. I get older, you younger. You respect your elders. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. That's how we were raised. That's how this game goes. Let your little ass come out of pocket with some sideways shit to me, I'm chopping you in the throat. And I say that convincingly because I mean it. I will fucking punch that little bastard. I will punch the little bastard in the chest. I will punch his ass in the chest and dare him to say it again. I wouldn't punch him too hard. I won't punch his ass like a man. I punch his little. I flick him in the throat and say, "I wish you said some shit like that again." You gotta discipline them, man. You gotta make sure you regulate. That's the only way they learn. Okay, only way they learn. My man said, "Yeah, in the U.S. that's fucked up, but elsewhere where the culture is different, it may work out better." Like I said, man, I will have to regulate. I can't help myself, especially if I'm the one. If I'm the one to take care of children, you got me messed up. If you gonna try to disrespect me and say I ain't your daddy, huh? I wish I could. I would be like, I wish I could take back every Jolly Bee meal, every Happy Meal, every toy you got. I'm gonna take away all that shit. Yeah, who ain't your daddy now? I'm gonna treat you like I'm your real daddy. Give you shit, cause that motherfucker ain't supporting you, is he? Huh? That motherfucker ain't scraping up his pesos to fucking try to do something nice for your little ass. When the last time he bought you an ice cream cone, huh? Damn 5 peso ice cream cone. When the last time that man did anything for you? Matter of fact, when was the last time you even seen that dirty bastard? None. But all of a sudden, you gonna let me take care of your child, and you have the nerve to come to me and talk about, oh, I ain't the daddy, I ain't the fucking daddy. What? Oh, I fuck up everybody, man. Y'all go see a bad side of me on those days, boy. That's why, again, I'm kind of not really interested in ready-made families. I mean, at the end of the day, I respect them, and a single mom need love too, and I'll be glad to give it to them. But you know, the whole instant family, I'm kind of one that I want to be able to create my own. That's just what we're gonna stick it. All right. My man Jedi, man, it was good, man. You ain't. I know you were in the building, man. Don't worry about it. My man Ed said, "Who's your daddy?" But smack the shit out that child. My man Derek says, "Gave my ex daughter a spank and it didn't feel sorry for ex girlfriend's daughter." Oh, okay, yeah, I would too, man. Sometimes you gotta make them little bastards learn, bruh. They gonna have to learn me. They gonna learn me eventually, though. Shout out to my boy Smooth in the building. What's going on, Jet? That's the same as US as there's once you married. Watch your money if you split up. Oh man, he said a couple of million pesos is not much though. It's not, but it's definitely enough to create a comfortable living in the Philippines. I mean, if you're looking to buying condos and shit, yeah, that 2 mil is gonna go like that. But if you're just doing all right, I think 2 mil in pesos is not half bad. I could live a very comfortable life for many years off of that 2 mil. I would find a way to make it grow, of course, but 38,000 is definitely not too bad. I have a little cash flow to work with. I'm sorry, man. I mean, sometimes the little girls need it too, but ultimately, with the little girls, I would just not. I would just let the mom regulate on that, or I kick a little ass out. One of the two. He said they want to take care of single moms in the U.S., but they'll do it in the Philippines. That's crazy. It is true. They'll do. That is some funny shit, man. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. But again, it goes back to the whole cultural thing, guys. It goes back to the whole fact of the matter that culturally, most single moms are very ratchet and very irresponsible and very, demanding of all this, that, and the other. So it kind of deters a lot of men. It deters a lot of men from trying to get there. But yeah, go to the Philippines. The women are still naturally nicer for the most part, nice to look at, nice to be with. So you kind of see why they would do that just a little bit. Not necessarily because they're way younger. Some of them are pretty old. Like I said, we got about 20 watching. I appreciate all 20 of you coming through, showing love to the good doc. Make sure you get the likes up on the video. The good doc would highly appreciate that. If you guys want to support the channel, you already know how to do so. But of course, the good doc is happy that you come through and spend just a little bit of your time with him today. Now you're done. Let's go ahead and get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Anywho, um, Ed says because the Philippine government doesn't criminalize you for non-payment. That is true. They don't really put you in jail for non-child support. I'm not even sure if child support exists over there. Man, not sure. My man Derek says she walked out the house midnight to go to her friend's house. Talked the first time, second time she got it. Week later, her one other friend got kidnapped and killed. I'm glad I spanked her. Again, like I said, they're gonna have to learn, man. You're doing it for their safety. My boy Smooth Wrist says you can never let her know exactly how much you have and exactly how much you're worth. As long as you don't have to, yeah, I wouldn't do that either. Cap Spalding, I'm glad you enjoyed the video, man. I enjoyed making that video. The pay for play topic, definitely something that can be talked about on many different layers. That's the one thing about that topic. It is very layered. And like I said, as I get older, I understand it more. I don't necessarily believe it's always the best route, but I understand it as I get older, man. I mean, sometimes you just want to get from point A to point B quickly without headache. You don't want to have to deal with headaches afterwards. So it just works better for some, but not for all. So, hey, we do what we do. My man Ed says that's why men in the U.S. will support a single woman's kid in the Philippines. Too much work. MD says dating a single mom in the Philippines might be a little easier since the kid's dad will most likely be out of the picture. I still wouldn't do it though. Yeah, does it? I mean, it's just too much of a risk. Like I said, instant families, not really doing that. I'm not feeling it. But again, can't help who you love though. Remember that you cannot help who you love. So at the end of the day, whoever you love, you do what you got to do, and you make sure you do it the right way for them. All right, my man Chaz says I ain't taking no disrespect from no kid daddy or not. No kid daddy or not the daddy. I don't care. You going to show me some respect. We can't be raised the way you supposed to be raised. Exactly. I will fuck a child up if I got to. Okay? You can mark my words on that. I will teach that child some lessons, some hard lessons if I got to. Yes, El Ghost, I said it. I will flick them in the throat. If they're not old enough to get chopped in the throat, they gonna get flicked in the throat. That Adam's apple gonna feel my pain. I don't give a fuck. My man Ed says you can't touch a kid in the West today, Mike. I will go to jail. That is true. But again, I'm not looking to be no kid's daddy in the United States. I'm talking about Philippine children, boy. I'm talking about Philippine children in the Philippines, man. I'm not looking to father none of these little badass kids in the United States. Are you kidding me? You think I'm gonna fucking take care of a little badass child in the US? You keep that shit. I don't even like half the kids I gotta teach sometimes. You think I'm gonna fucking try to play daddy for one of them? Motherfucker, I will laugh all the way to the bank on that shit and detour these hoes, man. I'm not playing that game. I will detour all these motherfuckers, man. I will go around, I'll skate around these bitches like Christian Yamaguchi or fucking what's my man? And have you ever seen what was it, Blades of Glory with Will Ferrell? I'll skate around them hoes just like Will Ferrell did in that movie. That was my shit though. Again, man, that's not my cup of tea. I don't do instant families very well. I fuck them, but I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. It's just not gonna happen. Shit. He says you can't even be seen with the kid here in the Philippines. Oh no, I would never take that child out in public by myself. I would never be. I would never be alone with that child in public. Are you kidding me? No, the mama's always gonna be around. I do not want any eyes on me on some shit like that. That shit makes me uncomfortable even thinking about it. Anything that could be perceived in a negative light, I want to keep myself as far away from that as humanly possible. But indoors, behind closed doors, I will chop that little fucker in the throat if he talks shit and disrespect me. Yeah, I won't do it in public. You know how your mama and daddy never whooped your ass in public? They always waited till you got home, but they used to squeeze your arm real hard so you knew that ass whooping was coming, or they let you know when you get home you about to catch them hands. if if they knew for a fact that they was gonna get them hands when they got home and they start cutting up, oh, I'll whoop that ass when I get home. Oh, you have no idea. You have no idea. Now I'm not gonna leave bruises. That's stupid. Let's make sure we're one. Let's stop the show. Stop the show for a minute and let's make sure we are 100% clear. I will whoop his ass, but I will not leave bruises. Okay, we don't bruise children. That's too much. We don't leave whelps and shit. But y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn that this ass whooping is for real. So, we gonna whoop that ass. So we gonna make sure they learn. But we ain't gonna leave marks because that leads to questions that are not worth answering. So we gotta be careful with how you choose to navigate your way around that shit. You just gotta be careful with how you choose to do that. Really? Is it hard to find girls with no kids? You have a 50-50 chance, probably. I mean, well, actually, you do have a 50-50 chance unless, well, you know what? Let me say this though, because I do believe that there are certain key factors that play a major role in the fact that it may be hard finding a girl with no kids. If you are a elder statesman, if you are an older gentleman in your 50s, 60s, or whatever, and you're looking to date a woman that's in her 30s or so, yes, very hard to find a woman that doesn't have kids. If you're 60 and you're trying to date someone who is like 18, 19, 20, 21, yeah, you will likely be able to find one without a kid, but the age range is really, really bad. So if you're looking to date something that is relatively within your particular age range, yeah, it may be hard if you're older and you're looking for somebody in the 30, 35 year old range that has kids. You have to really go for the professionals, the ones that really haven't had the opportunity to really have children or think about children. They're more career oriented. You might be able to find them like that. And even then, they're not the easiest ones to really get with as well. So it has its how can I say this? It has its struggle points as well. Being, looking for women without kids, because even some in their 20s have kids relatively early too. I know a lot of single mamas. Too many, if you ask me. It is normal to be a single mom in the Philippines, as it's normal to be a single mom in the US too. My man says, unless she is a cherry girl, I have yet to meet a good looking bar girl without a kid. Cherry girls are girls. Yeah. Oh God. I don't know. I thought a cherry girl. Well, I don't like the use of the term cherry girl because um there's two different meanings from what they tell me. The one that you said, a Wahoo dude, and the other one is one that hasn't been bar fined yet. That was another reason for all that shit too. Yeah. And said use a telephone book, rubber hose. I'm telling you, boy, you can't leave marks. You gotta find ways to get around that shit. But don't leave marks. Just whoop that ass real good. Telephone book, yeah, I probably boxed that little bastard in the back of his head and say, I wish you would say some shit like that again. I'm not gonna give you brain damage, but I'm gonna make sure you feel me. You gonna feel me. Matter of fact, I'd probably hit him in the chest with the telephone book. That seems about fair. That way I don't have to hurt my hand in the process or leave bruises on myself. So if I take that, yeah, let's see. If I take that telephone book to the chest, that'll probably do the trick. Probably do the trick. My man MD says it's kind of hard to find a woman without kids. You might have to go really young. Yeah, you have to go to college, my friend. You want to find those without kids, you got to go to college. You got to find those girls fresh graduates and shit like that. They don't have children. That's really where you have to go. You have to go to school. Most of them, the majority of them, do not have kids. No, we're not going to do Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is a little bit. Nah, see, Tyreek Hill, he did something stupid. He broke that child's arm. That's different. Tyreek Hill damn near tried to kill that child. Not that hard. Like I said, man, you want to discipline the child. You don't want to fucking kill him. Nah, none of that shit. We're not that violent. Just enough for that little bastard to understand that he is not in charge. That is all we need to do. We need to make a point. Call it a day. He said, I got that pull you close to talk in your ear thinking I'm done when I get home treatment from my parents when I was cutting up in public. You know it? Oh, we all got that. Yeah, thinking he's like, boy, I'm gonna kick your ass when I get home. Yeah, it happens too much. Elgo says if you are a man in your 30s or higher, the chances are basically 5% in the US. It's that bad unless you are into pickle barrel shaped women. Poor, don't you talk about the pickle barrel shaped women. They need love too, man. He said he broke the arm, but he was also punching the child in the chest. Nah, I don't want to punch a child in the chest. That seems a bit drastic. But a telephone book to the chest, that's okay. That's okay. Like I said, either that or he get chopped in the throat. He gonna get one of them. But at the end of the day, you need to discipline a child. That's all I'm saying. The end. I shouldn't talk about how I would discipline children. Again, that's why they will call social services on me when the child is born. Because they know I'm not ready to have kids. That's why I don't have any. That's just the truth. Dating a young woman in the Philippines can be tough since Filipinos do not mature fast enough. That is also a problem. The maturity level of your average Filipina at 21 is probably 15, 16. She probably has the mentality of someone 15 or 16, especially if she lived at home the entire time, and especially if she doesn't know what it's like to be in the world by herself. Yeah, hard go. He said there's no more telephone books, so today you have to use a laptop. Nah, I think I'd stop at I no, you know what I would use, honestly. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I would use. If I really had to discipline a child, okay? If I had to discipline a child and he really needed to know that I ain't playing, I use a wet washcloth. That's it. That would be my technique. The wet washcloth. Oh my God. Have you ever been hit with a wet washcloth? Have you ever been extension cord? I say a wet washcloth. That wet washcloth or that damn wooden spoon that your mama have in the drawer or some shit. Oh, we gonna go old school. Grab the switch off the bread. She gonna catch it one way or another. He about to catch it. That's all I'm gonna say. My man Raymond said his idea has always been to set up a boxing ring in the basement, then going toe to toe with the kid if he messed up. That way I can hit him with gloves on it. If he bruised, he could say it was due to training. I like that. There you go. We were training. I was training my child to fight. You know, whooped his ass. He gonna catch these hands though, man. Mm. Yeah, everybody has those problems. We do. Training works, man. He said his grandfather would take books and put them in the hands and say arms out and hold it. That's probably an even better punishment than actually throat chopping. But I think if they say wrong things out of their mouth, they need to be checked for that. But if they just did wrong in school or something like that, yeah, hold your hands out with the books and stuff. That definitely works, man. I did that a couple times in my day, and I did not like it, man. No, we're not gonna stuff him down the throat. We just gonna hit him with the wet washcloth. I'm not about to waterboard the child, man. That seems eccentric. I'm not about to waterboard this child. Damn, man, you just can't see. That's why I shouldn't even have kids. I'm just gonna be honest. That's why I shouldn't even have children. Simply because I just get in trouble. I believe in disciplining my children. Nowadays, you can't even fucking look at a child wrong. They be over here crying and shit. You can't even look at a child. That shit too much, man. Yo, I'm not about to waterboard no children, yo. That is a bit eccentric. Dude, I told somebody to do that shit on me one time and I almost damn near died. I didn't like that very much. I just wanted to know how it felt to be waterboarded, and I'm not about to waterboard no child. I can't do that. That that child just might drown, and I'm not about to be responsible for damn near killing a child. I believe in disciplining him in a way he feels my pain, not damn near trying to kill little motherfucker. I can't do it, but it doesn't leave marks though. That's true. I don't believe in timeout though. I do not believe in timeout. I think timeout is stupid. Oh, timeout is dumb. Yeah, go sit in timeout and think about what you did. The fuck? Man, that child gonna be in the corner chilling. He gonna be over there drawing pictures on the wall. That child gonna be over there doing handstands. These timeout don't work no more. In trying to punish them and send them through the room where they have all of their game consoles and all of that extra stuff that you buy them because you're a parent and you don't want to feel like being a parent, so you give them all the electronic devices to help raise the children. Yeah, sending him to his room is gonna be just as worse. So there's no winning. Timeout is stupid. Leave that shit alone. It's all good. We are so deviant, man. We should not talk about we should not talk about children. I think we need to stay off the children. I'm just saying, if I get disrespected, y'all gonna understand that that shit's not cool. I'm gonna make sure they understand that. He said, make a child stick out his tongue and put a 9-volt battery on his tongue. God damn, man, you are. I ain't that rough. I'd rather just do the simple shit. I don't know, man, but that seems a bit much. But hey, there's always something. Like I said, something that don't leave marks, people. Remember that. Never leave bruising. They can only prove it if there's bruising and broken limbs and shit. So let's avoid all of that at all costs and we'll be fine. I have never tried putting my tongue on a dead 9-volt battery. I believe that's fucked up. I've never tried that and I don't want to know. That shit sounds so bad. Why are we talking like this, man? We need to go to a different topic again. Topic of the day. I appreciate all 23 of y'all watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button on the video or probably the dislike button because you guys are so pro children. Some of you will probably be like, Dr. Mike, you are so promoting violence towards children. No, I just believe in disciplining them when they're disrespectful. But anyways, topic of the day, prenups are for fake marriages. That's why. What did I say? Prenups are for fake marriages that won't last long. There you go. That's what I said. Mm. Do you believe it? Yay or nay? My man Derek says, "Tell them if they keep cutting up, you'll go to school looking like a fool. They won't. They'll straight up at. They will straighten up quick. Don't embarrass them in front of their friends. That's the one thing that they don't want. They do not want mom and dad embarrassing them in front of their kids. I mean, in front of their friends. So, yeah, it's something you got to think about. Mm. I do not want to have anything like that. Ed, I think every day of my life how bad I really want kids or not. I do. Because I'm just afraid that uh, if I ever have, I don't think, I mean, if you raise your child right, you won't have to worry about disciplining them like that. But they got to be raised right. I kind of feel like you would get this from children that are not your own. You know, you might get this type of behavior from children that are not your own. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I've said enough. Mm. The throat is getting on my nerves, so I'm gonna go ahead and chop this one up. Chalk it up to a good show, man. Appreciate you guys coming out. It was a great turnout. We feel you. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and call names out, show my love, and then I'm gonna go ahead and call it. My man says, "Oh, but to get back on topic, I think refusing to take your last name or having separate bank accounts is a sign that she won't last long." My girl wants my last name. She wants my last name, so I'm good with that one. And refusing to take your and having a separate bank or separate banking. Yeah, I think that you should have separate banking too, if that's possible. Make sure that everybody get their little cash flow. Yep, I believe that is a cause of concern. You're right. Once they pass 26 years old, the pressure to procreate will be on. Very true. I mean, the pressure to procreate is always on. Once they're like 21 and fertile as hell, most of them are really thinking about children. Crazy enough, man. Yeah, life is all over. I mean, we're fucked anyways as men. I mean, we're pretty much on that balance beam. Like, yeah, we could get married, then we don't get married, or yeah, everything has its pros and cons. So it happens. What if you don't want to get married but you want children? So there's a lot of if, ands, or asses about all this. That's really bad. It is a big gamble. I appreciate it. It is a very, very big gamble. Oahu, dude, it is only 10 o'clock in the morning, man. Why are we off to the bars, my friend? Have a good one, man. All right, Ed, much love to you, man. San Juan, been a pleasure, man. Thank you, my boy El Ghost, Rain Man, my boy Derek Floyd, always coming through Clutch, my G. Appreciate you being here. Shit, who else we got? My boy MD, much love to you. My man Jedi, man, appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna put that on the Jolly Bee Fund. I'm put that shit in my Jolly Bee Fund for sure. Ray, man, appreciate you, man. Let me see who else do I got. I got my boy El Ghost. I got my man MD. My man SML, what's going on, family? Shit. Who else we got? We got my man Captain Spalding. Much love to you, man. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. My boy Chaz, appreciate you being here. Smooth Riffs, much love to you, Playboy. Thank you for coming through and showing love to the good doc. Who else we got? We got shit. My boy Greatest Idea, what's going on? Um, damn. Shit, my boy Terry Edwards was here a little earlier. The dude Raphael, my boy Jeffrey G. A lot of these names I'm gonna miss because my thing fucked up again. So my boy JD was here. My boy JD Orca, what's going on, bro? Um, shit. If I miss your name, leave it down at the bottom. My boy Dave Wise was here earlier. I'm almost getting him. I'm almost getting him. Damn, who else do we have? Fuck. Cause my thing won't scroll all the way to the top, guys. I am completely sorry and completely bummed out about that one. My apologies in advance. All right. Who be breaking stereotypes? He says, "See that white kid? Yeah, that white kid fast as fuck. He's a sprinter too. Everybody thought that white kids were good for long distance running and the black kids were good for sprinting. Yeah, that white kid was dusting the motherfuckers. I was like, look at this. I loved it, man. And it was amazing how that made news. It was funny that that actually made news. I was like, damn. I was like, why did they make the news like that? Literally, it said breaking stereotypes. I'm like, I mean, white kids are fast too. I mean, shit, white kids can be fast too, but they were just always considered better at long distance running, and African Americans were considered to be better sprinters or short distance runners. But yeah, he broke the stereotype, man. Much love for him, man. Jedi, I appreciate the love, man. He said Google High School. I saw it already, Rain, man. His nickname is White Lightning. White Lightning. But yeah, man, I should do a topic on that. But that's just news and shit. That's not coupled into what I do. But yeah, stereotypes, stereotypical, man. That dude's fast as fuck, man. Yeah, he got that damn Hussein Bolt shit. They called him White Lightning. That's fucking hilarious, guys. I appreciate you coming through and showing love. I'm about to go ahead and close it down. All right, the good doc is officially out. Peace.